Okay, good. Thanks, Sister Sherry Ann.
Okay.
Sister Charlene, let's do it.
Okay, my name is Charlene Jackson. I've been at Bethel Family for almost 2 years now. Come next month.
All right.
All right. All
I
right.
am one of the young adult advisors. I actually sit on this panel for the young adults.
Yes.
Um, and I sing in the choir.
Okay.
What else I do? That's it. I
That's a
enjoy
lot.
Bethel Family. I left for another ministry coming there. The Lord led me there, and that's where I'm at.
Good and doing a great job.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Sister Stell, we was praying for you. How you feeling?
I'm better, thanks. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you.
Okay, perfect. No, I'm better. Um, I'm alive.
So Sister Stell is the assistant superintendent. And
Okay.
go ahead and introduce yourself, Sister Stell.
All right, so I am Michael's help. I have been at Bethel's family for I think 2 years. I'm not good with dates. Um, I went through the teaching class with Pastor Lee, the who was the previous superintendent, and then I transitioned into administrative role. But I did do spiritual gifts and my gifts of teaching, administration, and some other things.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sister Stell. Sister Green,
Yes.
your turn.
So my name is Alpha Green. I have been at the Church of Bethel family for about 4 or 5 years. I am a part of the prison ministry, school ministry. I go to food servant, do whatever and wherever and work wherever I'm needed. So I became a part of the Sunday school ministry. I don't even know how. I must have had a conversation with Michael, and he said, "Show up at the meeting,"
Mm-hmm.
And you showed up.
and that's how I think I got involved.
You
And I
showed up.
showed up here to do whatever needs to be done.
Amen.
And we sure appreciate it. All right. Sister Amy. Sister Amy, you there? Uh, she might have stepped out on us. All right. Well, if she comes back, okay. Well, I don't know. All right. So, first of all, I want to say thank each and every one of you for your time and your commitment. I'm always looking for a way to be more effective, especially when it comes to ministry, because I don't know about you guys, but my plate can get pretty full and I can get pretty stretched uh, just as far as with life. So I'm always looking for ways to where we can still be effective with doing God's work, but still maintain some level of balance in our lives with everything that's going on. So I figured that this was a good opportunity for us to utilize video conferencing as far as our meeting. We still, my goal is still for us to be in and out in around an hour, no more than that. And if you do feel more comfortable going to do like a face-to-face type meeting, you prefer not to do it this way, then there is opportunity for you to meet me at my office. So I'm always going to be at my office when I had these meetings, just in case people want to come in and be a part of. And in my office, I'll have the computer and everything up, so you'll still be able to see everybody in the event that you want to go that route. But I tried to make it as convenient as possible. So Sister Amy just sent me a text saying that she can't unmute herself. I don't know how she muted herself, and now she can unmute herself. Oh, Sister Amy. Sister Amy, why don't you maybe try to hang up and then get back on? I'm gonna send you a text. I'm gonna text you the link, and then maybe if you hang up and get back on at that point, it'll let you unmute. Let me try this. All righty. Try to get Sister Amy back on. Okay, so we'll try to get her back on the line. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna share the agenda so you can see the agenda. I emailed it out, but if you didn't get it, that's okay because here it is right here. Sister Amy, you back?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello.
There she goes. She muted herself. Couldn't unmute. Okay, so Sister Amy, introduce yourself and how long you been at Bethel's and why you decided to be a part of the ministry and what other ministry you're part of.
I've been at the church for a little over 2 years, and I think I'm a part of this ministry because I'm a part of every ministry. It seems like I help every ministry in a marketing capacity, so it gets to be overwhelming sometimes. But youth ministry, women's ministry, marriage ministry, singles ministry, media ministry, children's ministry, discipleship ministry, and I think I'm running out of time. So and so that's me. But I'm sorry, my mute button. I don't know what happened. So I was not. I didn't walk away. I just couldn't.
Couldn't say nothing. Yeah,
Yeah.
because even when I was trying to mute you back, it wouldn't let me mute you back. So I don't know what happened.
Okay.
But that's all right. We got it worked out.
Okay.
Okay, so I have the agenda up. So we've already done prayer. Can I get a note taker? Anybody interested in being my note taker? Now I am recording this, so this is being recorded, but nobody can see it. It's just private, just in case we have to go back. I need to go back. So, but I would like for somebody to kind of jot down notes and be a note taker for us as we go. So, is anybody open to doing that? Being a note taker?
I can take notes.
Okay, thank you, Sister Stell. And then what I'll do is, if you need to see get the video of the meeting for clarity or whatever, then I'll email you the link to the video.
Okay.
But this isn't going to be on public or anywhere. It's all private.
Okay.
Okay. So we always start off with the church vision. I know in the teachers meetings, even in the teachers training, as well as in these meetings, I feel like it's imperative that we always know what our vision for our entire church is. So if you go to our website, I know it's on our website. I don't know where else it is, but the Church at Bethel's Family Vision is to love and lead all people into a new life change in Jesus Christ. And my thought as a ministry leader is that anything that the ministry does should 100% fall in line and fall up under what the entire vision for the church is. So we're always using that as the barometer in what our programming is to make sure it falls in line with loving and leading people into a new life change in Christ. So where we see that in Life University, if you look at the ministry vision, which is the life number 4, the Life University vision, our ministry vision is to create a learning community that produces spiritual growth in the believer and numerical growth in the ministry. That's spiritual growth in the believer and numerical growth in the ministry.
Brother Michael?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm hearing some noise that's competing with you. I don't know where that's coming from.
Maybe, let's see. Let me mute. What I'm going to do is mute everybody. But if you want to say something, just unmute yourself.
Okay.
There you go. It got quiet.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's the ministry vision. All right. So we definitely believe that our ministry vision falls in line with the church vision as we're loving and leading people to Christ. Once they come to their new life change in Christ, we're imperative in helping them with that change as we grow them spiritually through what we do at Life University. Okay. All right. So also what's on here is the purpose of the committee. So this committee helps out with policies and procedures for how the ministry will operate. It helps out with long-term vision and strategy. It helps out with execution of our strategy. So we look at our goals. So our short-term goal is to grow the ministry to 1,000 people attending per month. We haven't quite met that goal, but we're working really diligently. Right now, we're hovering around 850, between 800 and 900 per month. So we're not quite at that goal, but we're working to get there. And our long-term goal, which is a very aggressive goal, is to grow the ministry to where at least 80% of church attendees on Sunday also attend Life University classes. So that's our goal with that as well. Okay, so now I'm at committee updates. So I don't have Sister Erica on the call. And one of the things that I want to ask Sister Erica would had to do with if there's any other things that we need to be doing or that we can do to help out with her process. She does an excellent job of keeping track of the numbers. But definitely want to see if there's anything else that we can do to assist in helping her. So this is the most recent, I'm gonna make it a little smaller. This is the most recent attendance spreadsheet. So if I click on March and May, down here at the bottom, it kind of tells us our numbers for the week. So this is for each week. So we have numbers all the way up until April 30th as of right now. As you can see in March, you can see in April, that 800 number is where we are, and we want to get to the point to where that number is at least 1,000. Even if we go back to the first quarter, you'll see the same thing, February 810, January 849. So we're really working and really pushing to get our numbers up, to get our attendance numbers up, because you got to realize, you know, depending on who you talk to, we attend a church of, you know, roughly 10,000 people and roughly 3,000 to 4,000 people on a Sunday. And we're right at 200 per week, right? That's less than 10% attend class or adult education on those days. So we definitely want to work towards increasing those numbers. So that's a big deal as far as what we look to accomplish as a ministry. Okay. Now, per the last financing count, right now, the way that we do the offering on Sundays is that we take the offering, and then there's a portion of it that we hold back, that we keep in petty cash inside of the office, so we can easily access it when we need to do certain things. And then the rest of it we give to the church. And the reason we do it that way is because it can be challenging kind of accessing funds from the church, which makes sense because it's a large organization. There's a lot of ministries, a lot of budget items. So it makes sense. So all we do to just make it a little easier for us to execute programming when people are when we're needing to pay for things, is just we hold a portion of that back. So as of right now in the office, we have about $875 that we can access. And that money goes towards when we need to get books printed for like Firm Foundations, for spiritual gifts, when we have to get those printed, those little bookmarks. I'm actually going to we'll talk about that as well. I'll do another order that. We get those printed, ink for the printer, coffee, supplies for the coffee, you know, food for the teachers meeting. So, you know, that stuff has to be paid out on a weekly basis. And a lot of times with the church, they do their purchasing per month. So it just makes it difficult for us to kind of flow it since we operate on a weekly basis. So that's what that money goes to. All right, some of the major expenses. Oh, but also if you look at this line item, so you know, as of April 23rd, we've given through Sunday school, we have given $4,200 to the church to help with programming. And the church, there is not a Life University or Sunday school budget line in the eyes of the church. Meaning I can't go to the finance department for the church and say, okay, I want to access the $4,200 that I have, that Life University has. Like I can't do that. So once that 4,200 goes, it goes to the general account and it goes to take care of whatever program is in play. So that's why we tend to hold back a little bit just to make sure that, you know, we have some type of monies to do what we want to do as a ministry. But we have given that amount. That amount has flown through Sunday school or Life University. All right, some of the expenses, like I talked about earlier, the printing for the Firm Foundation booklets and the spiritual gift booklets and the folders and the graduation certificates and all of those things for the new session. So we spent about $65 on that since the last time we met, $52 on the printer. So those were kind of our major expenses since January. Okay. We have a new 12-week and a new 8-week session beginning June 4th. So the first week of June, we're starting all of our classes. Every single class is turning over. So I'm currently working on finalizing the class schedule for my teachers for the new session of classes. Okay, let's see what else. Now, Sister Erica, she's not on the call, but she did make mention of it in the teachers meeting on Sunday that she's going to put a slip in the folders for each class to ask if anybody wants a certificate. So the way that we do the certificates now is a person or the slip, the form will be in there with their name, asking if they want it. If they want a certificate, then they're going to check their name. They're going to verify that their name is spelled correctly. And we don't print them. We send them an email or we email them the certificate, right? Now that helped us cut down on ink. That helped us cut down on print, paper, print costs and all those things. Because what was happening was that we were printing these certificates and then people were never coming to get them. So just like in the office now, we got a folder full of just certificates. So we email them. Now, if a person does want a certificate, then they just need to come see me and I'll print it out for them. But we're just not printing them just to print them now. So we are going to do that as far as the certificates. All right. Now, as far as student attendance, now we have gotten into a system where we are counting the men's ministry classes on Monday. So the men's series classes, Deacon Booker has been sending that information over to myself as well as Sister Erica, and she's been able to include that in our numbers. So we want to include that in our numbers. We want to include that in that 1,000 that we're looking at every month. So we have done that with the men's ministry. Now, as far as the women's ministry, I haven't solidified that. So what I need somebody to speak with Sister Booker about that. Are any of you all attending those Tuesday classes? Is anybody attending the women's classes? If you're talking, you got to unmute yourself. No? Shake your head, no. No? Okay. All right. Is anybody willing to volunteer to coordinate that with Sister Booker and let me know? Figure out a way of how we can get their numbers every week. Anybody?
I will.
Okay.
I will.
Okay, great.
Did you hear
All right.
me?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you. I got you. All right. So Sister Caldwell is going to do that for us. All right. So once you have a conversation with us, Sister Caldwell, do you have my cell number? Let's see. Oh, Sister Brooks is a Tuesday teacher. Oh, she can't unmute herself again. What's going on with your thing, Sister Brooks? Okay. Well, okay. So Sister Brooks is all right, but Sister Caldwell. So do you have my cell number?
No, sir.
Okay.
No.
Let me give you my cell number. It's actually on the bottom of this agenda as well.
Okay, well, I'll get it from there.
Okay, you got it. All right. So just once you speak with Sister Booker, go ahead and let me know what's going to be our plan as far as getting those rosters. And then since Sister Amy is a teacher on Tuesday, And she can, she can kind of be a person assist as well as far as making sure that we get those numbers.
All right.
All right, but we'll let you take the lead on it, Sister Caldwell.
Okay.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
I'm willing.
So that's student attendance, teacher rosters, we're good on that. Hospitality, we're good on that. All right, so Sister Alma, you want to speak about the greeters?
The greeters for the class.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I would like to have a greeter in every class. And what has happened is that the problem that I'm running into is that no one really wants to commit. They'll say, "Oh yeah, I'll do this and I'll take the role," but just getting someone to commit, and that's what the challenge is, for them to make sure that they do the role, that they go get the donuts, take them to the class, take the extra ones back. I know I've seen a note on the table where you didn't want the donuts taken to the class and taken back. Am I correct?
Well, no. So I don't have a problem with the greeters doing it. I don't want. I just wanted to. I wanted people to understand that just can't anybody do that.
Right.
So if it's a greeter, yeah, I don't have a problem because I know the greeter's gonna bring the donut box back.
Right.
Yeah. See, we were just running. We run in a situation where the box leaves the table and then it just ends up in somebody's room with donuts inside of it.
Inside. Okay.
Yeah.
I understand that. So I guess it's just a matter of when the new season starts. Is just getting the list together, communicating with the other individuals that I have their commitment and their buy-in that this is the class that they're going to attend, and they'll be the greeter. It starts out, this is what they're going to do, and then after maybe 2 classes, they don't come anymore.
The greeters don't come to class no more?
Right. I mean, the person that's saying they're going to do it.
Yeah. So
That's
do you get with the teacher? Why don't we let the teacher pick somebody then? Because the teachers know who's consistent.
Yeah, and that's what I'll do mainly, I guess, for the new season, for next month when we start the new season.
Mm-hmm.
Have the teacher, and then I'm going to have to myself do a better job as far as maybe communicating with the greeters after the fact, or either by phone on a bi-weekly, or you know what I mean, just to let them know that how much they're needed and how we need them to do this task.
Right. Okay. Well, if you need some help trying to figure out the best way to kind of communicate on a consistent basis, and to where it's not taking a bunch of your time, then just let me know. Because typically what I do is I create a database, and then I can just easily cut and paste everybody's email and just plug it in there and send the email out. I do that. Yeah. Or text message. I use GroupMe. It makes it really.
What I may need to do is just when you all have the meetings at 11:30, on Sunday, have the teachers to bring the name of the individual that's going to represent their class.
Yeah, I think that was gonna be my next suggestion. Now we're not meeting this Sunday because it's Mother's Day, but that following Sunday would probably be an excellent opportunity to come in there and just a way to kind of connect with the teachers, because the teachers know who've been there and be faithful.
Right. So that may that may have to be a plan, and then they give me their name and their phone number, and then I just call them and just make contact with them.
Right. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Well, good. All right. So we'll go to publications. Sister Turner, she's our publicist. She's also in the young adults ministry. And I talked to her on Sunday. She said she's on her way to New Orleans. So we're gonna be praying for her and her family, because they had a death in the family. So we're gonna be praying for her and her family. It's Sister LaWanda Turner. But because she's not on, she's not able to give us an update. One of the things that we are working on together is that we're working on putting together a quarterly newsletter that can go out about what the ministry is doing from a marketing standpoint to really showcase to the church about Life University and really get people involved and a part of it. So she's definitely working on that. Okay, so as far as education, those things, Sister Pam helps out with our email blast. So as of right now, I think that's okay. What we did was we gave her access to the spreadsheet that Sister Erica does. So every new session, we do a purge on that spreadsheet so we can add whatever new email addresses are in our ministry email serve that we can send our emails to. So I'll get with Sister Pam to make sure that we're on pace as far as getting that done as well. Now, if we can't get Sister Amy off the unmute. Sister Amy. Okay. So why don't we do this? Sister Amy, hang up again, get back on, and then we won't mute you no more. Because I want you to talk to us about opportunities as far as the taking pictures and video testimonies or creating a video and see if that's a possibility. I was thinking about that today. About that. So we'll see if we can get Sister Amy to get off and get back on for us.
Michael, while we're waiting for Sister Amy to get back on, is there any possibility that we would have the books? I know we're doing Explore the Bible, the Book of Psalms.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way we have those books before or even at the last class of this season?
We always have the books 2 weeks before the next season starts. Remember,
Really?
you be selling the books for me.
I know, but is it 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's typically the 2 Sundays before the new class. I have you downstairs helping me out.
Okay. I'm good.
Because
Okay,
we already had the directions books. Okay, Sister Amy.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're not gonna mute you no more.
Well, I'm cooking, so it might get noisy.
That's all right. We'll bear through it because we can't get you back when we lose you. Okay, so I was thinking today about. I know we had once before talked about the video, coming to the classes, taking pictures, as far as from a website standpoint, but also about video testimony, something that we can play in between service, or just like have a video that we can send out, just really having the students show how LifeView is impacting their lives. So can we talk? What's the possibility of that happening?
Oh, we can do exactly that. Sister Dominique is probably our resident video expert.
Mm-hmm.
And the only challenge is just to get on her schedule. That's it. Her time is stretched because she's serving all of the entities that are related to the church. But she definitely has a passion to do that. I've talked to her about it already, and she's on board. We could easily capture some things either on Sunday morning, or if there's a flow of anybody that who comes through the church during the week, that would be good. Well, if you have teachers that could speak and maybe give a snapshot, or not really a snapshot, but just a promo for an upcoming class, that would be awesome.
Okay.
If you have people who could, even if it's just as if we can't get a hold of people to get on the video, or they don't want to get on the video, we can take audio and do things with it. We can take emails and do things with it. When I taught my class on Tuesday nights, I saved all the testimonies that came in from my class, because the next time I teach the class, I'm going to talk to Sister Booker about using these to help market and pull in more people, because our numbers are still fairly low for Tuesday night classes.
Right.
You know, you're having about 6 classes and you're averaging about 40 women. That's a lot of classes with, you know, maybe you got a low attendance of, 2 people coming to a class, and then you have high attendance with 15.
Right.
You know, still want to pull in more numbers. So we can definitely do those things to market it, because if it's changing somebody's life, people need to hear that. Word of mouth is the best way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so what would we
it's
need to do?
a matter of identifying who you want to speak, whether it's a teacher or whether it's students giving testimonies, and then we just schedule it. It's just really that simple.
So we just need, okay, so from what we need to do on our end is that we need to identify a list of names of people that we want to do the talking for us. And then once we identify the list of names on our end, then let's just get with you or Sister Dominique and just figuring out a time or a way to get them to talk.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
Yes.
well, we'll definitely work on that. We'll put that on our short list of to-dos, because I would love, even if we don't have it done by the time the next session starts, if we can have it maybe by the third weekend or something like that, it's still fairly close enough to
Right.
where we can still get a push of people to come to Sunday school or Life University.
Okay, yeah, that would be great. And since she moves all over the place on Sunday, and I know that's when the most people are there, and they'll probably want to do a thing, I would suggest maybe even trying to push for a Wednesday
Okay.
thing for those people who are coming to the church. But Sundays is just hard. If they're going to be there Wednesday, that'd be great. If they're there any other day, that's even better, because there's not a service going on. But
Right.
it just depends on how you're able to schedule it and who you want to come.
I got you. Well, I think it'll be easier I think it'll be pretty easy to manage, since we wouldn't be dealing with a large group of people anyway. So what I'll do is I'll work to see if we can figure out a date and a time during the week. That makes it a little easier for her, since I can imagine what her days look like on Wednesdays and Sundays.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me
Okay.
ask you a question, Michael. So this video, is that something that be done with that video equipment, or would it be the same equivalent if someone spoke in the Sunday school class and like videoed it with their phone and then forwarded to the individual that's going to produce the video?
Oh no, that might be creating a mess. I'm sorry to say that. I always say, because it's hard for people to understand what professional quality is.
Yeah.
And that might make a more difficult scenario, where if we could just time it, she could do it in a couple minutes and be done.
Yeah. And
Okay,
then
I was just wondering.
But thank you for
Yeah,
asking.
I know we couldn't do anything like that with my phone, so I was just.
look at you. And then and we know how our pastor is, so he ain't, it's got to be right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, it was just a thought.
Okay.
Just in that though.
But yeah, we'll put together a short list. I'm probably gonna have Sister Alma on that list, because I think she's one of the best advocates for Life University.
And Brother Davis, think about that spot on the Life University webpage where my testimony is. That was just a placeholder.
I know. I know. But that's what I know we wanted to rotate it in and out. So
Yeah.
Realistically, how many people do you think we should put on the list?
For the video or for the website?
Well, can we do both of them at the same time?
Yes, you can actually. And for those that shy away and say, "Oh, I don't want to be on video," just say, "Hey, could you write me a little something, just a little paragraph of, why this class blessed you." And you're really good with people, so it might just be as easy as starting a conversation with somebody you see coming out of a class and just say, "Hey, how are you liking this class?" And if they give you an awesome answer, just say, "Would you mind seeing that on video?"
Absolutely. Okay. So how many testimonies and videos you think we should come up with?
Yeah, or what we can do is we can ask them to write on paper what this class has done for them, and then look at what they have written and say, hey, would you mind reading this or saying this on video?
Well,
Once
we have,
they've already
we have. I mean, we
read
do.
it.
To be honest with you, we have those surveys that we do at the end of each session. We have testimonies on those surveys.
Oh,
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so we have the information. It's just a matter of, and then what we did, we took it and typed them on a spreadsheet, so it wouldn't even be hard going through all of them to see what the comments were. Um, so we can pull them, and then so we have testimonies. All right, I guess we could say that. Now, what we may not have is pictures. Like you have your picture next to yours.
oh, that's okay, because they can use cell phone for that.
Okay. For
Mm.
their own pictures. So give me a number. Like how many testimonies, how many people we need to do videos, how many?
If you just want a number, I'll just throw out 10, but I would
Okay.
say go for as many as you can get, because we can always file them and use them save them for each session. We'll have a new face, a new testimony, and then we'll be able to sift through them. I don't know how you feel about this, but if you get 10 testimonies, but 5 are really strong and 2 are just, so would you want to weed those 2 out, or just hold those for when you absolutely need them?
Yeah, we could prioritize them and put the best ones at the top and then just go from there.
Okay.
So
Yeah. So I say let's go for as many as we can. If you have to put a number on it, you can just say 10 or 15.
okay.
And then we can work with that, and we'll definitely choose the strongest ones.
Okay. So about 10 or 15 testimonies. And then as far as the video, how many people should I try to get to come and do a video for us?
About the same number.
About 10 or 15. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, we'll work on that. We got a little work ahead of us. We'll get it done. Okay.
Yeah. Though, Brother Davis,
Mhm.
what we might be able to complete sooner. I can't guarantee that we can do it before June 4th,
Mhm.
but if you have teachers that are willing to just do 30 seconds promo about the class that's coming up, that
Mhm.
would not be hard to produce a short video to just kind of whet people's appetites to get them to the classes.
Okay. Meaning, you mean like talking about like a description about their class?
Yes, in a very exciting way.
now, now that's another one of those things that I would want them to come up to the church and do it.
Yes.
Okay. Mm.
Brother Davis, like Shirley Houston way.
Oh yeah, she'll be perfect. She'll be perfect. What? Okay, I mean, because it would be so like if we could clone Dominique, if I could just clone her on Sunday at 11:30, because if she came to that teachers meeting, she'd have all the teachers.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else that could work that camera for her?
Only Steve.
Meaning like work the camera to come to the class?
Oh, you mean work the, okay, I know, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
It is quite possible that she could get somebody to fill in for her for 11:30 service, if you just kind of let her know in advance, and I can ask her tonight if you would like me to, and she could probably, because she directs the video and does a lot of stuff even behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But I think got people that can help her with that particular service.
Okay. Yeah, if she could, whether it's them filling in for her managing the church, or whether that's them bringing the camera to our meeting and just
Right.
doing the video testimonies.
Okay. Well, and I don't think it'll take a lot of time, but we do have to make sure that when we get somebody on video, we are very honest about how compelling it is. Because if we listen to it and we were like, I wouldn't go to that class. We need to be able to say that.
Right.
You know, we need to say, I'm not convinced, you know, let's
Right.
try this again. Let's maybe say it this way. And so, and I can try to be there too during the 11:30. I usually can shift my schedule on Sunday.
I got you. Well, I know Sister Stella be brutally honest with people. So I know she won't let it get away.
Well, that's good.
So all right, so you wanna talk to Dominique? Can you talk to Dominique? Our next teachers meeting is gonna be not this Sunday because of Mother's Day. It'll be the following Sunday. And
Okay.
if she's available, I'll send a note out to all the teachers to make sure that they're there. Like Sister Alma said, Sister Houston is like an ideal. But see, you know, she would have all the teachers there, so she could just knock them out real quick, back to back to back, and then she'll be done. She'll have all of them.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just kind of talk to her and see if that's doable. And if it's not, then we'll have to just figure out another way.
What's that date of the meeting?
That's the let me see. That would be the 21st, May 21st.
Okay, I'll ask her and see what she can do.
Okay, and then you can just get back with me. You know, send me a text or call me or whatever, or an email. Okay, great. Let's see. So that was that class session updates. All right, so here's the schedule so far. Like I said, I'm still working on finalizing the classes. Everything that's in red means I'm still working on figuring it out. Like Sister Boyd's not teaching. I have that slot still open. So as of right now, what I've solidified is Sister Houston, Sister Thomas. This is actually the book of Psalms. Thought I changed this already. So this is the book of Psalms. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do another Bible study methods at 8 o'clock because Pastor Odom's going to be teaching at 9:30. Sister Forge, she is going to be doing purpose-driven life again. And she's going to be in room 100 at 8 o'clock. Okay, so Pastor Holman's doing the book of Revelations. Book of Revelation. Sister Preston is still doing directions. So we'll still have 2 directions class. Sister Parker's doing the book of Psalms. Pastor Odom at 9:30 is doing a class called Understanding Divine Healing. So he's going to do that at 9:30. Then we have our marriage and we have our young adults. So I just need to, everything that's in the red, I just need to finalize that, like get my description for Revelations and identify what's going to happen at 8 o'clock, and then I'll be done. So my goal is by the end of this week to have this complete so I can send it to print and go ahead and start distributing the schedule so it'll be ready come June 4th and prior to, so people will see what the new schedule is.
Can you make sure I get it for the website?
Absolutely. You're probably going to be the first person that get it.
Okay.
All right, so that's that. And again, we are starting we're starting a new spiritual gifts and a new firm foundations on June 4th as well. That's going to turn over. And then after this session, the new session of classes is going to begin in September. After this one. Okay. Let's see. All right, so Life University polo shirts. So one of the things that as of right now, the teachers have black polo shirts, and every third Sunday, I ask the teachers to put on their polo shirts. Well, I want to include the ministry members, the committee members. So I was going to try to get as many of them as I could at the meeting, but what we're going to do is I'm going to get with Sister Rochelle Wiltz. She's helping me out with the polo shirts to see if you all want a polo shirt. It would be a black one. Black. So I don't know if you've ever seen mine, but it's black. Oh, you know what? I have a picture. But it's black with the logo on it. All right, so that's what I don't know if you all have ever seen it, but that's what it's gonna look like. So it's just black with a little light view, and then every third Sunday, we would just ask for everybody to wear it. So the shirt is $25, and that covers everything. So if you're interested, like I said, we're gonna be sending an email. I'm gonna get with Sister Wilt so she can send an email out so we can do a count. I already got the count for the new teachers that we're gonna make the order. But again, I wanted the ministry, the people that are a part of the committees that help out with the ministry as well, that are not teachers, to have black shirts. Now, in addition to that, I also wanted to open it up to the students. And I wanted the students that attend Life University that are really growing to be able to participate in wearing polo shirts on the third Sunday as well. Again, as a way to promote the ministry and foster, unity amongst, the ministry and those that are bought in and committed to the ministry. Now, their shirts are going to be blue because we still wanted a differentiation between the teachers and those that work in the ministry as well as the students. So theirs are going to be navy blue. Now, what we're going to do is once we get the order from you committee members that want to get one, then we're going to place the pre-orders for the teachers and the committee members. And then we're going to order maybe about 10 of the navy ones, and then we're going to start selling those until we run out. So maybe I'll say about 5 or 10 of them. And then once we sell out, we're going to just start taking pre-orders from the students for the Navy orders. So that's what the plan is right now. Again, I was hoping Sister Wilson will be on the call, but I'm going to get on the phone with her and so we can get that email out. She said she's going to get it out last week. See if we can get that email out, find out who's interested in getting the shirt so we can go ahead and place that order for the polo shirts. Okay. Any questions about that?
Nope.
All right, good. So new member orientation.
The blue shirt's gonna be $25 too.
Yes. Yeah. They're all the same. They're all the same amount. Okay. The new member orientation. So one of the things that Pastor is doing right now, we started in April. We just did it again in May, is that the teachers are to incorporate information in the new member orientation booklet. So if you ever go to new members orientation, there's an outline of information that's presented to the new members. Well, Pastor felt like the congregation wasn't getting enough of that on a consistent basis. So he charged the classes, adult classes, to where we would be the conduit to present that new member type or information once a week. Once a month. And the stuff in there is like, talks about salvation, talks about tithing, talks about, their roles as a member, talks about the church's purpose, the church's vision. So that he wants a consistent diet of that being delivered to the congregation. So we're doing that every first Sunday. We're incorporating that information into the lesson as of right now. Okay, next thing on the list is that we ordered about, 100. We ordered about 100 of those bookmarks. Let's see. These bookmarks right here. Matter of fact, Dominique was the one that designed this bookmark for us. So we did about 100 of these, passed them out, and we encouraged the students, as they're talking to people, give a bookmark, again, as a way of marketing. So we're going to go ahead and do another order of those bookmarks and just use that as a handout on a continual basis as a way to continually spread information about LifeView. We like the bookmark because people can put them in their Bible. And, as they're sitting next to people, talking to people, if a person sees the bookmark, then, have information, they ask questions. So we had a class times, we have the way they can go on the website and gather the information. So we are going to do another order of these bookmarks here fairly soon. Okay. All right, Sister Stell, any update on the protocols and checklists? Sister Stell. Uh-oh, you it looks like Sister Stell can't get her. Oh,
No,
there
I
she go.
can unmute. I'm multitasking. Um,
Okay.
we have the checklist up in the office, so it's the protocols that we're missing, and
Yeah.
those were temporarily taken off of the agenda.
Who took them off?
Probably someone who had a lot going on.
Well,
And
can we get them put back on there?
we can get them put back on the agenda. And actually, there's a good chance that they could get finished this summer, but it's May.
Yes, it is. Yes, it
Aside
is.
from the week I took off last week to luxuriate in a soup of my own germs. AP's finals, proms, graduation. So June 3rd is when I will become a real person again.
I understand. Well, I can't wait.
Okay.
All right. So that's the update. So Sister Stella is working on some protocols. And the reason that we want to do that, operations and all that, is, you know, I want to get the ministry to a point to where, you know, ultimately it can live on. If something happens to me, God forbid anything happens to me, you know, it can live on. Or, you know, God and the pastor wants me to move in another direction, or God wants me to go in another direction, that we can have the systems and processes in place to where it can easily be transferred to the next person, and we can still grow and move, and the ministry can still move in a good direction, in a growth direction. So we want to go ahead and get this stuff written down, getting it on paper, so it'll be easy to transfer and train people on. So that's what she's working on. Like she said, we had a checklist already up in the office, but now it's just a matter of kind of doing our written protocols and ultimately creating the operations manager for the ministry. Okay. All right. So the last couple of things on here is actually stuff that's always kind of really on here. So I think we spent time kind of getting caught up since we hadn't met until January. So a lot of this brainstorming stuff, I'm gonna hold off on it. And but what I would like to do is for us to maybe meet in another month, and then we can go ahead and talk through some of this stuff that's under the brainstorm, like church-wide survey. I know that's something that we've been wanting to do for some time. The thing about it is that Pastor, we had talked about doing a survey, digital survey, where they can put it up on their phones, or we can have the iPads and the iPhones and do it that way. Pastor didn't like that idea. His thought was for us to do like a phone bank and get on the phone and just start calling people. And look, you know, my life just doesn't afford that opportunity. So, but I still need to I need to survey the church and figure out why people, where does Christian education and Sunday school, or where does that stand in people's lives? Because that's going to help us figure out what adjustments that we could make as a ministry to maybe encourage greater attendance. So I want us to spend some time thinking through that. The same thing, birthday celebrations, visitor thank you cards. I know at one time we had talked about creating a centralized hub. So again, just to make it, give more of a magical experience, give people a reason to talk about the ministry, more than just how it's really changing their life through the classes. But even, hey, on my birthday, they send me a birthday card, or they, you know, wish me happy birthday. Or, you know, I was a visitor. It's my first time visiting classes, and they gave me a thank you card for visiting. Like, that's something that gives people a reason to talk about Life University, which is what we want to do. So that's something else I want to talk about on how to execute that. It's all about execution.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's all about execution. So how do we execute that on efficiently? Because again, as a ministry leader, my goal is not to put too much on a few people. I mean, I've been a part of organizations. I've been and I've seen that, and I don't want that. I don't feel like we have to do that. If everybody does a little, nobody has to do a lot. So
Right.
I really push for that.
Yeah, Michael, and I
Um,
think that is an intricate part of the hospitality committee by having a leader, since we're the
mhm,
ones that take the role that know that this is this individual's first time in the class. So when we acknowledge that and know it's the individual's first time, we
mhm,
need to be sure to get the information from that individual to let them
mhm,
know that this be their last time. So
absolutely.
I think that would file underneath the person whoever takes the role for the class to know that you know we need to acknowledge the first time visitors and definitely either give them a call and find out uh, how did they feel about the class, just getting information from them about that,
Yeah,
and ask them, literally ask them to please come back again.
right. Absolutely. Okay. Well, yeah, we definitely we're gonna spend some time kind of mulling through that and thinking through that. Um, but I agree with you 100%, Sister Green. It's just a matter of figuring out how to execute it.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think that would be good for us to figure that out over lunch or dinner.
Oh, you know what? I can do that. I think that would be good. I think the committee should go to dinner.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, we'll figure that out. Matter of fact, aren't you over events?
Yes, I am, and I can arrange that too.
Let's do it. Arrange a lunch or a dinner for just the committee.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right, cool. It'll be a working lunch or dinner. We'll do some brainstorming.
Of course.
Okay. All right. And then the last couple of things was how we'll grow attendance. And this, Pastor talked about wanting to do a Wednesday school to where it talked about practical things, life skills, finances, real estate, parenting, just practical things, uh, maybe with a spiritual undertone. So that was that as well. So the last thing is that I had on here for us to schedule our next committee member meeting. Well, since Sister Alma's going to be working on us doing a working lunch or dinner committee meeting, um, no more than 30 days away, Sister Alma.
Okay, and you know what? And if I can get a full list of
Hmm.
everyone that should be on the committee or that have committed to be on the committee, that
Hmm.
would really help me out a lot.
I'll send it to you as soon as we hang up. I'm gonna email it to you.
Appreciate it.
I got you. Okay, so the end of it is just a couple of upcoming dates at the bottom, which we've already kind of talked about. But ultimately, that's pretty much it. Anybody have any questions or any additional comments before we adjourn?
No, I think that I'm really kind of liking this video conference thing.
You like the video
I'm
comment?
really I'm really kind of liking this video conference thing, and I think if we can just reach out to all the individuals that's listed to be on this committee,
Uh-huh.
I think if we got more individuals on the committee that should be on the committee, this would really work for me.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Sister Emma. Well, if everybody's in agreement, what I could do is take this, like, because I recorded the meeting, I could take this link and I could email it out to everybody that's supposed to be on the committee so they can see that it's really not going to take a lot of time and energy for them to click on that link and get on. But
Uh-huh.
if y'all are okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. But you know what? One thing that I would really like, because I know in this busy world that sometimes we have a tendency to overcommit ourselves.
Mhm.
And I think if the individuals that are listed on the committee, if they no longer want to be on the committee, let us accept that.
Mhm.
So we can find individuals that really want to be on the committee, and we can move forward instead of having a lot of names on the committee and the individuals aren't really interested in.
Absolutely. Well, you'll see the list. Matter of fact, I can show you the list. It's really not as many people that are on the committee as you think. Let me see. So this is what I'm gonna send you, Sister Alma. So those are my teachers, and that's my committee. Let me see. Hold on. So it's really only about 16 people. And really not even that, because I got Sister Steph. Sister Steph got like 20 email addresses, so I have
Stop.
so it's not a large amount of people that's on the committee that said they wanted to be a part of the committee. But what I do want to say is, if you do talk to somebody that has shown interest in wanting to be a part that doesn't want to teach, but they want to be a part. The majority of these people on here have the gift of administration. They take in spiritual gift. They have the gift of administration. So if you do, so if you do run across anybody that's interested, just as long as I get their name, their phone number, and their email address, then it's real easy for me to keep on top of them. I add them to this list, just like I need to get Tina's information and add her on the list. Trina.
Okay. I can do that. So just email me the list, and I will take care of it by then. One thing that I would like to know, as far as everyone getting together, is it easier for an early Saturday evening or something late on Sunday? Because I know everybody works during the week, or the majority of the individuals, and really what would be the best time for us to get together for dinner?
Saturday for me.
Saturday. Well, I know I do teachers training from 2 to 4, so it'd have to be up to 4 o'clock.
On Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sister Stell?
Brother Dave.
Sister Brooke?
I'm here.
What would work better for you? On a Saturday or Sunday?
I'm more flexible on a Sunday.
You more flexible on a Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sister Stell?
Okay, so I'm not flexible.
Okay.
I have teachers training. So I'm at church from 7 to 1.
What about on a Saturday?
It depends on Saturday.
So if we did something like Saturday around 5 o'clock and gave you enough notice?
I might be able to work something out.
All right, I'll take that as a win.
Okay.
Even a brunch on Saturday is fine.
A
If
brunch?
that works for everybody's schedule.
Yeah, we could do it. Yeah, because what I can do is I do real estate pre-home buyer sessions from 12:30 to whatever, but I can have one of my agents fill in. So if we wanted to do something 11, 12, I can make that happen.
So it's not like the latter part of the day, it's towards the early part of the day, and that's kind of like something that I was thinking in mind, maybe brunch on a Saturday.
All right, well, do this. If we're gonna do that, just give me the date, because my son is in T-ball. I'm coaching one of the T-ball games, and our game times and they change. So once you identify the day, then I'll know if I got a T-ball game on that day or not.
Okay, awesome. Okay, send me the list, and I'll go look at the and I'll give them a call and find out kind of like what works best for them, and I'll go with the majority.
Okay, that'll work. All right. Well, I'll send you the list when we hang up.
May I ask a question? May I ask a question?
Yeah.
I need Sister Booker's contact information. I don't have it.
I can get that to you right now. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Oh, but you know what? All I have is I have her email address and I have her office number.
Is she on the email you sent out originally? Is her email there?
No, but I can give you the email. The email is pbooker@bethelsfamily.org. And then
Okay.
her office number is 713-729-0125, extension 306.
Do you know what hours she's in her office? Does she keep regular office hours, or is it just a catch as catch can?
That I don't know, but I'm pretty sure she did on Tuesdays. If they had a class on Tuesday, she probably worked. I know she works from the office.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll send her an email. I'll send her an email and introduce myself and let her know that I'm supposed to be working with her on roster.
Okay, perfect. Now,
Okay.
Sister Amy, are you familiar with Sister Booker's work hours at the church?
Yeah, she's there during regular business hours and then long day on Tuesdays.
Okay.
Except, well, for the church, regular business hours, that mean they close at 2, I think, on Friday and Wednesday.
And they don't come in on Mondays, do they?
I think some do.
Okay. So the best day is Tuesday. You be there all day.
Okay. Well, tomorrow's my shot, man. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Anything else?
I am good.
No? All right. Perfect. Well, we'll go ahead and pray out, and you all enjoy the rest of your Monday.
Okay.
Let's pray. Father God, we just thank you right now for our time together. Thank you for a great meeting. We ask you to continue to bless us, continue to give us guidance and wisdom, and lead us in the direction that you would have us. We love you and we praise you, Father. We ask these things in your son Jesus' name.
In
Amen.
Jesus' name. Amen.
All right. Yeah, everybody have a good time.
Good night.
All right.